Hey guys, so I've been trying to learn how to play Welcome to the Black Parade on the piano, and I found it quite hard to find stuff online. Basically, a lot of the sheets that have the full song are in sheet music, which I can't read, or I might be interrupted by Storm Doris a lot during this, so sorry, it's going crazy out there. And then a lot of the stuff that was in notes didn't have the entire song. I'll explain it in a minute, but like they don't have the whole song. And there's some tutorial videos, but that was like two-handed, high speed, really fast video of someone playing or how it should be played. So that's kind of good if you're already a master pianist and you can just copy that really fast, but it's not good for me or people like me who are beginners. It was a two-handed, and normally like you do the right hand and then on the left hand you do the chords. But with this one, the right hand was doing two things at once and pressing two notes at once and stuff. It was weird. So basically it wasn't even just that it was two-handed, it was like the right hand was doing more than you would normally do if you were learning the piano. And now that I've already simplified it, I thought I'd show you guys how to do it, so you don't have to do all that. So basically I'm not like a master pianist, and I'm not someone like Dan who can play things by ear. Like, I don't really have that kind of brain. So I did it partly by ear and partly by slowing the video down and working out which note I should be playing. But saying that, when I play it, it does sound like the original, so I think I've done it alright. If you're like really good on the piano, obviously don't copy this. Like, you can probably copy the more difficult one, because I don't know how accurate this is. But watch and you'll see. You might think that it sounds like the original song, or that it sounds near enough to the original song. So I'm learning this song right-handed, and I'm sure eventually I'll get the hand with the chords and I'll be able to play it two-handed. But this is what I'm doing for now, so here's the tutorial and I hope you find it really useful. So if you're like me, you'll need the letters, because I don't know where the notes are without the letters. So if you're doing it like that, or even if you're not doing it with letters, basically you've got like the G note there, and then the G note further down, and we're the G note further down. So you should be like in the middle of your keyboard, but it does move a bit. But that's the G note that you should start from. And then after that, everything becomes clear, because if you start in the right place, then you'll stay in the right place. Okay, so here are the JPEGs just printed off here. The one you have online is it's got the intro. It says the full intro, but it's not the full intro. The intro is here, which is the famous bit, and then you've got the first verse, and then all the other pages are all the rest. So it goes straight from intro, first verse to the main part of the song, but that misses out this bit that I've put down here. I labelled that wrong, so I've changed it. So it's wrong in the clips, but never mind. So after you have your intro and then first verse, the next thing that happens is there's an instrumental, and then there's the first verse but with a key change, because the first, like when I was a young boy, that bit is in one key, and then there's an instrumental, and then you hear it again but it's in a higher key or a different key, and it sounds different. So the fact that it goes from, sorry if I'm giving you motion sickness, it goes from intro, first verse straight to like second verse. That's what there is online with these ones, but that's not right. So it should go intro, first verse, and then I've called it the second intro, but it's the instrumental, and then the first verse with a key change, and then there's the rest of it. Obviously we're not going to be doing the whole song, so I'll show you how to do that bit, and then I'll show you how to do the instrumental and the key changed first verse. And then the rest of it you can look up yourself, because it's all available. Okay, so like I said, the G note we're going to be using is this one. And this sounds really lame, but it helps me remember. I don't know if it's like a visual learner thing. I visualise them as words to remember them. So I read it as G, F sharp, and then bed. I can really see the word bed a lot. And then GC, like a GC on Twitter. And then bead, like a bead. That may or may not help you. So it's G, F sharp, and then bed like a bed, GC like a GC, bead like a bead. So with G, F sharp, and then the rest of bed, G, C, And then bead, B, E, A, D. Okay, this part is super easy. When I was a young boy, my father, so that bit there, the first 3 lines, you're just going to need the same keys. You're going to have your hands around D and G and F sharp. Those are the ones you're going to be using. And it goes like this. So it's just like that. So D, G, D, G, F sharp, D, and then F sharp, G, D. And then took me into the city to see a marching band is the next bit. So that's, you start with F sharp and G, so kind of at the beginning but the other way around. So it goes like this. F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D, E, C. And then you almost the same again. So instead of doing, so you do the same again, and then instead of doing E, D, E, C, you do E, D, C, D. So altogether it's like this. Took me into the city to see a marching band. And then for the next bit, which is he said, son, when you grow up, it's he said, son, when you grow up, would you be? That's the same as when I was a young boy, my father. That's the same bit as that, except instead of it being, it starts with this. So it's the same, but with a C at the beginning. So then it's like this. Oops. I can't move my hand out the way. I was trying to move my hand out the way. And then the second part from here is the same thing again, but instead of beginning with AAG, it begins with GAAG, because there's another syllable in that line, so it should have another note. So it sounds like this. Now, I'm really not going to sing for you guys because I've got a sore throat, so you'll probably be really happy to hear that. So I'll put it all together from the G note. And then he said, son, when you grow up, would you be? And then the beaten and the damned. And then it just goes again and again. Will you defeat them is the same. You'll get used to it. If you just keep doing those again and again, you'll realise that that makes up the whole song. Until one day I'll lead you a phantom to lead them in the summer to join the Black Parade, and then that's the end of the verse. outtake time. I just remember that I actually do this at the end of the first verse, which doesn't happen anywhere else in the first verse, but there was a way it flowed into the instrumental and I made a simplified version of it that is easy to do. So if this is the end of the first verse, it goes like this. And then the instrumental. And then it goes on from there. And it's just to do that C, 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 D, 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 D. And then the instrumental, it kind of flows into it a bit better. And like I said, it's a simplified version of how it already is. So I just thought I'd show you that. Hey guys, I hope you like that. I've never done a tutorial video like that before, so tell me what you think of it in the comments. I've done one where I was playing the piano, but that's the first tutorial I've done. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up, and maybe I'll do more things like this in the future. And if you want to see more, subscribe, ring the bell, etc. And I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!